There we go.
Alright guys, welcome back. Another episode of the Fade or Follow podcast. Alright, we got a great show for you guys today. Head coach for the Alice Coyotes. Is it Coyotes or Coyotes?
Coyotes.
Coyotes. Okay, are you sure?
Coyotes for short.
Yeah, well I think like some of the guys with the South Texas accent would say coyotes. Coyotes.
Yeah.
And I guess your average businessman in Alice would say coyotes.
Yeah. West Canaan Coyotes.
No, Alice Coyotes.
I know.
There ain't no West Canaan Coyotes. They don't exist.
What?
No, they don't.
They're the Coyotes, not the Coyotes.
No, Bud Kilmer
Oh,
didn't exist.
that statue does.
I just broke a lot of hearts right there.
No.
But hey, Coach J.R. Castellano joined us for an interview. Great interview, great guy. Found out he was an old family friend of my stepdad, so I'm sure he's got some great stories about that. I was thinking about this on the drive up here. Like, geographically, that's like the perfectly placed mascot in Alice, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't go for like some shit like, the elephants or, eagles or anything like that.
The hippos.
They went coyotes, where they probably have coyote dens around that whole area everywhere.
You're talking shit about the new...
Or the unicorns?
Yeah, the unicorns? You talking shit?
Well, I mean, they might have some unicorns around here.
Or the dragons?
You kind of act like a unicorn sometimes.
Yeah, más o menos.
If you know what I mean, get it?
Easy, dude. Easy.
But yeah, no, it's great. It's great. It was a great interview. We'll get to it here in a minute. But first things first, we got a couple things to cover. We got Micah Parsons just walking out of Dustin's life. And man, I think this is a front by him. This is basically, hey, sign me or I want out. Okay, I really, really don't. The odds have him at minus 300 to stay with the Cowboys. Kind of like a whole Zeke situation. You know what I mean? Like a few years back, whenever that was. But the whole Zeke situation, we saw him do the holdout, said he wants to trade this and that. They end up signing him 2 years later. He doesn't even play for the team anymore.
Did he actually request a trade back then?
I'm pretty sure Zeke
I don't think
did.
so. None of the players that held out for the Cowboys ever requested a trade.
I know Zach Martin.
Either way.
He didn't request, but he held out and didn't go to camp.
Yep.
Micah's even yesterday went back to camp.
Yeah, well, I don't think Jerry's dumb enough to let this guy go. It wouldn't be a very smart decision to let him go. But is he joking or is he serious about this? What do you think?
I think
He don't care about you?
I think it's a negotiating tactic. To be honest, I think you're kind of like what you're saying. Jerry thinks that as well. His response was, "Don't lose sleep over this." Basically, every relationship has moods, and we have a great future with Micah Parsons. Jerry's never traded a Pro Bowler since 1994.
Ooh, good stat there.
He has not done that.
I like that.
Stat that.
Yeah, I saw that from Schefter yesterday morning. But anyway, I just don't. I don't think Jerry has the nuts to trade him. Number one, and number two, I just don't think Micah truly wants to leave. Why would somebody do that and then show? Number one, that he held in camp. He did not show up. If you really don't want to be there, you wouldn't show up.
I'll give you a reason.
Number two,
Money.
well, number two, he showed up yesterday as well. If you're that, you really just don't want to be there. Even after requesting a trade, he still showed up to camp and did what he was already doing anyway. Just standing there holding dummies, being on the sidelines, all that stuff. I could be wrong, but I kind of in the what you're saying, it's minus 300 for him to stay. Didn't Myles Garrett request a trade this offseason, and then all of a sudden he signed a new monster deal with the Browns? I don't know. You never know. The Cowboys only have so much money to go around. They're kind of the same situation as the Bengals are with their pass rusher.
This is not the same situation at all.
How?
Because Micah Parsons is way better than
10
Trey
times
Hendrickson.
better, and the Cowboys have 10 times more money than the Bengals.
That's not true.
There's a salary cap, bro.
No, there's not.
Yeah,
There is no salary cap.
Yes, there is.
There's
Okay,
not.
so that guy has led the league the last two seasons in sacks.
Trey Hendrickson?
Yes, Hendrickson.
Okay, yeah.
But he's also
I get that, but
how old?
Huh?
How old is
He's
he?
not that old.
Trey, I think
He's
he's
like
30,
30s.
31,
Mike
somewhere
is
around there.
27.
Okay, I get that. I mean, and then some
still-
people say, well, like,
He's not in the stratosphere that Micah Parsons is
Yeah.
in. Way more versatile, more of a hybrid guy. Trey Anderson is a pass rushing defensive end, is what he is. Parsons can do more. I think what I don't like about this whole situation is Micah Parsons will all week, talk on his podcast about how he loves Dallas, this and that. He don't want to go nowhere. He wants to do it for the fans. The whole thing about taking a pay cut and everything, but then he gets into camp and now it's a demand for a trade, which could be a front, like I'm saying, could be a front. Are they talking about terms? Okay, are they in terms? Are they negotiating right now, or has it not even been brought up?
They were, right?
yeah, they were.
And
previously.
then after that, that's when he requested the trade. Why? I mean, what went south? Why?
Well, apparently, and this isn't the first time this has happened with the Cowboys and Romo. Like Romo, this happened with Romo apparently. So he's getting upset now because his agent's like, quit going into rooms with Jerry by yourself and talking. And Mike has been doing that, going into the room by himself and talking.
So he's saying one thing and his agent's saying another thing.
So-
That's probably what's happening.
Yeah, and then so essentially they're trying to kind of pressure him into doing it, right? And there was a story Romo said recently on I guess it was like a documentary or something, the Cowboys documentary. He said that Bill Parcells and Jerry Jones called him into the room like, hey, we need to talk with you. And Parcells was like, hey, look, you need to sign this deal or I can't start you.
Like now?
Did you see that?
No, it was like years and years ago.
But yeah, you saw like the video. He said
Yeah.
that. He's like, you need to sign this deal like now, or I just can't play you, dude. Like, and he said like Jerry's like toes were like on my toes, and Bill's like right there, like super close to like trying to pressure him into signing it
Right before the game, too.
without his agent.
Just
And
take a hit, man.
yeah, it was that. Yeah, that's
type of
basically
thing.
what it was.
Peer
like,
pressure.
And and Jerry Jones was like, Romo had such composure. He stood his ground with us, and he had made sure his agent.
He
was
bet
there
on
for
himself.
He bet.
Jerry gave him a speech like he did in The Landman
Yeah,
when I bought this
That's
team
what he needs.
50 years ago.
yeah.
Wales in San Francisco.
And I don't blame the Cowboys for attempting to do that just to try to get something done.
Like,
But
Yeah, but that's kind of
What is
bad
the point?
tactics.
yeah,
if you
what is
think
the
about
point?
that.
Like, what do they want?
what does who want? The Cowboys.
The Cowboys.
The Cowboys want a little bit less money to spread it out to more of their players. Like their Pro Bowl guards coming up next season.
Which
George-
every team's going to want.
Yeah,
The
George-
way I think it
yes.
goes, man, the Cowboys, any team, any negotiation, they make an offer, agent sees it and says, hey, we want more. Give us a little bit more. And I think that's what it's all about now. I don't think what's the years they want 5 to 6 years
Is
somewhere
that-
I
around
haven't
there.
seen that part. That's
See,
a good question.
That's probably what they're.
I would
talking
say
about is-
it's between 5 or 6 years.
But he's
Okay,
going to
he's
be the
still
highest
young.
paid defensive player, right?
Yeah, I mean obviously he would have to be.
Right?
Based off Jerry's history, yes, he will be.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens on that. But man, I mean, on that giant ESPN article they had this morning, he basically said, was quoted in the article, said, I was down to do this deal last year, and basically saying like his agent told him no, wait, because these other guys like Myles Garrett are going to get bigger deals, you're going to get more money. He said, no, I don't care. I just want to be a long-term Cowboy. Like
That's what I don't like.
that's what I don't understand either. Like
No, that's what I don't like. I think he's saying that to save face with the Cowboys fans. I really don't think he
Yeah.
believes that. He's
Yeah.
saying that so that he doesn't get hated. He doesn't piss any of the Cowboys organizations off, any of
all
the
the-
fans off.
All the Cowboys fans and players are saying, "You fucking pay him. Just pay him."
No,
They're saying pay him.
no, I know they are, but I'm talking Micah Parsons generally.
Yeah.
Like, he's a
trying to
like,
save
very
face.
well liked dude. Okay, he doesn't want the fans to turn against him. Like let's say that he was like, I want as much money, I want this, I want that. They give it to him, everything works out for him. What if he gets hurt or he has a down couple years and they just let him go like they did Zeke? Then the Cowboys fans are really gonna hate the guy.
So what?
So I think he's
So
just
what, he
trying
got
to save
paid?
face. Which no, I know, I get that, dude. That's what we're talking about right now. But I'm talking about Micah Parsons generally. To save his
reputation.
persona and reputation with the Cowboys. He's saying like, I'll do it the whole pay cut thing, the whole I want to be here, the whole showing up to camp in general. If it was up to his agent, I don't think his agent would want him to do any of that.
No.
So
Didn't he say in his tweet like, "Oh, I risk my
Last year, yes.
I risk my whole health and everything." And
I do agree with you. The the Cowboys fans want him to get paid. They want him to be the highest paid guy, but the Cowboys got a lot of money out there already.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think the deal's gonna get done. Like the odds are minus 300.
One solution: get rid of Dak, start Milton.
Yeah,
There you go. There you go.
Thing is, too, Jordan Love came on his podcast. Dropped a little handwritten note to him, I'm sure, and said, "Hey, we'll take you here in Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take him. We'll take him. We'll take that bum." Nah, I'm just kidding. Back in the day, Des Bryant was was wanted by the Packers, but he basically said, "No, there's too much history there. I won't do it." Like it was kind of a thing. Like they were interested in him. But it's a good thing we didn't sign him because he didn't have a good year after he left. So, played for Baltimore, played for
Saints.
the Saints, and it just didn't work out. He did take a whole year off too in between that, didn't he? Before he signed with Baltimore.
Yeah, well, he wasn't trying to take a year off, but he got hurt and then wanted to come back, and then nobody was willing to sign him.
Yeah, he showed up at the Browns training camp during that Hard Knocks episode. I remember.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
and that's the year he took off. But you're right, he did get hurt, and he was up there in age, so
yeah.
But in a way, I think it was good that Des Bryant, he's known as a Cowboy now. Like he did have a couple short stints there. It was a great Cowboy, great connection there with Romo and everything. And I think that's what's going to happen with Parsons. He's going to stay with the Cowboys. He's going to get paid. Everybody's going to get what they want in the end. And then when it's all said and done, Micah Parsons can say, "Hey, I told you guys so. I want to be here. That's why I signed." And everybody's going to love him all over again. So,
what are the odds past the Cowboys?
The Patriots are the next favorite.
Nothing in the NFC?
Because they have the most money, I guess.
Nothing in the NFC East?
All I see right here is Patriots. You can look up to see who the other odds are.
Dude, there ain't no way Jerry trades them to anybody in NFC East.
Yeah, it's like in NFC in general, probably.
Not NFC East for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Everyone's saying Philly.
He's from Pennsylvania.
Oh, but he claims he grew up a Cowboys fan. Did y'all see that article?
Well,
no, me and my dad were from Philly, but we grew up
really
Cowboys
believe
fans.
that.
Yeah, right.
We grew up Cowboy fans.
Yeah, I don't think you really believe that.
Pittsburgh,
I don't
maybe.
think anybody does.
Same state.
Yeah.
AFC.
Possibly. They were both in the same division, so the Eagles played the Cowboys twice a year. So I guess possibly they were on TV a lot.
Now that you say that, I didn't think about that whole angle, James. What you're talking about him the way he wants to be seen. That might be something to that. Like the front he's putting on, not the trade part, but his reputation and all that.
Yeah, his own podcast and everything.
He wants them to love him. He doesn't want to be made the villain, but at the same time, he wants to get paid, and he deserves to get paid. So, but we'll find out. That's ongoing. That's ongoing there. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he's gonna stay. He's gonna stay there. So, other news out of camp too. Terry McLaurin is requesting a trade. Also, maybe the same situation, kind of.
It's raining shit on the NFC North or
East.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe kind of the same situation. If I was the the Commanders, sorry. If I was them, I would not let him go. He's kind of the same way. Terry McLaurin is a very underrated player. He's not your big, huge receiver that attracts a lot of attention, but the guy is quietly always in the top 5, top 10 in catches, receiving yards. He's always there, always putting up Pro Bowl numbers. So I think he's still got years left. I don't know if he's going to get a long contract. If he does, maybe 4 years at the most. I would think maybe a 3-year deal. They did sign Deebo Samuel coming in. They had a rookie step up in the playoffs last year. Can't remember his name right now. If you can figure that out for me.
From Penn State.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
John Dotson?
No, John Dotson played for Eagles. Diami Brown. Diami Brown, I believe his name is.
Yeah.
So, no, the Commanders have lots of expectations this year, especially after the run they went off in the playoffs last year. So to lose a crucial piece like Terry McLaurin would be a big blow for them. So
yeah, I just wouldn't think the Commanders would let him walk.
and who else? Like I was saying, Micah Parsons, he's a Cowboy. I feel the same way with Terry McLaurin. I don't see where he'd fit in, as much as he does with the Commanders. So
Let me tell you this. Does he deserve to be paid more than Debo? Or not Debo, DK?
DK, I think so.
Same draft class?
Yes, but he's
way
put
better,
up more,
way,
he's put
way
up more
better,
numbers.
Way better numbers?
Yeah. But like I said, he's underrated because he's not the big guy like Debo is. You know what I mean?
Or DK?
Well, I think the deal is too is
DK, yeah, sorry.
before this last year they hadn't won anything. Like he hadn't been on a spotlight at all until last year, right?
But he's been their only bright spot
Yes,
in the last
exactly.
years.
That's why he's not well known.
And a quiet, top 5 finishes, top 10 finishes in fantasy.
Fantasy, yeah, it's like you know him, fantasy.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the biggest news when it comes to that. Trey Hendrickson also, he's requested a trade. We don't know what's going to happen with that. I'm not sure.
Came back to camp.
The problems the Bengals have on defense, Trey Hendrickson ain't gonna
Fix
fix those problems. But him and Shamar Stewart together, which Shamar Stewart did sign, yes,
That's correct.
Good job, Cincinnati. Y'all finally did something for your defense. But we'll see. We're running a little too far over. We'll get back to you guys after the interview. It was a great one. Alice Coyotes this year, they are picked to win their district, go for the three-peat. And man, he was kind of firing me up about the whole fan experience there in Alice, which we got to figure that out. But on another note, we'll get you guys after the interview. Here it is right now. Okay, welcome back to the show, guys. Today we have another coach on our show this week, a former Taft Greyhound head coach and current Alice head coach, AD, former Tarleton State Texan defensive back. I bet you're wondering how I know that too, but
Yeah.
I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Actually, a former opponent of ours too, former foe, being that you're from Refugio also. But time heals all wounds, I guess you could say. So,
Definitely.
leader of the Alice Coyotes, Mr. J.R. Castellano.
Thank you guys.
Welcome to
Thank
the
y'all
show,
for
man.
thank you guys for having me on and to be able to talk about our program and our kids and our football program. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited. Before we get started, Coach, I got a little something to share with you real quick.
All
We
right.
were kind of preparing for the show, and I just randomly asked Dustin, what does the JR stand for? And he said Joe Richard, obviously. He is correct about that, right? Okay,
Yes,
so
that's true.
it sounded familiar to me, and we put together that you used to coach at Refugio back on Coach Jones's staff when we were there.
All right.
And I remember my stepfather introduced me to you a little ways back in the day and said he played at Tarleton State with you. My stepdad is Doug Snyder.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Doug real well.
Yeah. He I remember he would always talk about you that you coached there at Refugio too, and
Some
told
good
me.
stories. I got some good stories about that.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
I gotta hear these.
We better keep it PG. I don't know if you want to share those stories right now.
Yeah.
PG
Yeah.
for the kids to go. But he said y'all played together there at Tarleton State. Y'all were
Yeah.
both defensive backs, and that's crazy how it works. So small world.
Right. I understand. Oh, that's awesome, Maddie. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Doug,
yeah.
Doug's a good buddy of mine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He told me to tell you hello. By the way, I'll let him know.
Yes, for sure.
But anyway, how you doing, Coach? I understand you guys are preparing for Midnight Madness tonight.
Yeah, yeah. So we've we've been at it all summer long, just like everybody else has. Traditionally, Alice has done a Midnight Madness, I believe, probably for the last 8 years. We thought we were going to get away with it or get away from it this year. We're building a new $40 million stadium as well, so we don't really have a place to play home games right now. But we do have an auxiliary field that we play our junior high games at. That's right by the high school. So we're going to utilize that
Okay.
Tonight for the start of the 25 season.
Heck yeah. And back-to-back district champions, I understand. So if they don't win district this year, you just tell them, hey, we're not going to the new field till we get another district championship. So hold it over their head like that.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's been good. We got to Alice and we were 4A Division One. We have roughly about 1,280 kids at the high school, and realignment came. And we had a feeling we were going to go 5A because Alice has traditionally has bounced from 4A to 5A. So we turned in about right around 1,380 kids during realignment. So it pushed us back to 5A, and we thought we were going to go in with CCISD. It's all the Corpus schools, Gregory Portland, Flower Bluff.
Yes, sir.
All of those schools are, right there within 45 minutes of Alice. But when the alignment came out, they had sent us south. So we ended up going down south with the Sherryland schools, Mission Vets, and Roma, which for us was a shocker, but it was good for our football program. But for our non-football sports, it's a little bit tougher for us to compete. We definitely compete, but it's a little bit tougher for our non-football sports to compete at that 5A level. So all the numbers look like we're going to probably go back down to 4A Division One. So
Okay, no, that's a good deal. Y'all kind of got the bad end of the deal there. They're all next to each other down there, and that's the Valley area is pretty much
Yeah.
where that district is, and you guys are a little bit further north. So what is that? About a 2-hour drive, I would say.
yeah, it's probably an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on where we're going down there. But even in the 4A Division One, when we were in there with Cal Allen and Toloso Midway, we still went down south with Zapata and Hidalgo and all La Feria, all those schools down there. So we were, Alice was used to traveling down south already.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you were at Taft there before you ended up at Alice. Obviously, your first head coaching job was there at Taft. It's kind of a big jump. I believe they're 3A, smaller 3A, and you go to 5A. So what's been the biggest difference there, if you can kind of talk about that, like the biggest challenges as far as taking on, more kids and, playing bigger schools and all that?
More kids, more parents, more headaches, right? But no, it's all relative. It really is. It's just how you structure things. Obviously, you're going to have more kids. You're going to have more sports, but you have more coaches. You have I have an assistant AD that helps me out as well. So it's pretty relative. Although it's bigger numbers, it's still about putting systems in place, putting policies and procedures in place to where you give kids direction and level the playing field in all the sports that you do. So yeah, it was a jump for us, but again, as far as football is concerned, it's not a bigger field, it's not a wider field.
Exactly.
It's still 11 on 11. We do have a lot of kids that come out for football in Alice. We're probably expecting 140, 150 kids to come out.
There you go.
But again, we have a lot more coaches and a lot more assistance and help with all that. So it's obviously it's relative to any other level.
Yes, sir. And football is the most important thing in Texas. We all know that. So those other sports, just get them out of here.
It definitely isn't Alice.
Yeah, no. I
Yeah.
get it.
And that's tough. That's what people don't really understand is, if I was just a head football coach, I could easily go around and promote that, right? But as an athletic director, you have to be able to promote everything, right?
Yes, sir.
You have to level the playing field for all your kids, whether they're boys or girls, whether it's the swim team or the volleyball team or cross country. Or baseball, softball, right? But and they're all equally as important. Now we know this is Texas, and we know that the love for the game of football, obviously, that puts a lot more people in the stands on Friday night than any other sport that we participate in. But it is a tougher battle when you're an athletic director and a head football coach combined, because you have to balance your football program along with equality for the rest of the sports.
Yes, sir. And that's a question I usually ask our head coaches that come on, because most head coaches are obviously athletic directors, and I mean you pretty much answered it right there. It's a lot of delegation and kind of having to have your eye on everything. So that was a great answer to that. Just saved me a question there. But let's you guys coming off back-to-back district champions, so obviously wasn't too much of a jump for you coming from Taft, win 2 district championships back-to-back, going for the three-peat. Obviously, you guys had 2 second-round exits the last 2 years. So, talk about your expectations this year for your guys.
Yeah, I think the expectation is to try to three-peat and win another district championship. We're going to start with that. It's always to try to get past or just get into the playoffs. We want our games to be able to add up to more than 10, which really means that you're in the playoffs. But more than that, for Alice, we want to try to get over that second round hump. We went 3 rounds my first year there in Alice. Although those games they added up to 12, but we had a lightning cancellation with one of the Flower Bluff team that year. We actually played 13 games, but one of them didn't count. But we want to get around, that second round, which is tough. It's tough because it's the San Antonio, Bernie,
North
Victoria
area.
West, yeah, Kerrville, Alamo Heights. It's those schools which is tougher for us. But that's definitely the goal is to three-peat. We put together a good competitive regular season. We start off the year with Corpus Christi Carroll, which started off a little slow last year, but they made a good run and really were a good sound football team at the end. And then we play Cal Allen, which Cal Allen is just Cal Allen, right? They're
Always
full of
good.
tradition. Yeah, they're full of tradition, and they're always going to bring their A game. And we play the likes of Gregory Portland. Again, with Brent Davis there, they're always going to be sound and play good football. Toloso Midway is up and coming. Got a great running back there that's going to be tough to contain. So
Yeah.
we try to put a schedule together to get us ready for that district competition, and the kids know that we just want to see constant improvement throughout the year and getting ready for Sherryland Pioneer when they come into town in October.
Yeah, we were talking about that because I asked Dustin about sorry about that with the two back-to-back second-round exits, but we were looking at it, it didn't make sense, and Dustin said I could have swore they went 3 rounds the year before.
Yeah,
Sorry about that. Stat correction.
No, that's yeah. It ended up 10-2. We played Flower. We started a game against Flower Bluff 2 years ago, and we got into a lightning delay. I believe it was like second quarter. They were actually winning the game 21-7 at that time, and we were driving about to score. So we never went back. No, actually, we did go back. We started the third quarter, and they called it after the first series. So in that instance, it was a deal where, okay, do we want to count this game or not? Well, obviously they wanted to count it because they were up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We didn't because we weren't up, but we felt like we were going to come back. We had 2 good opportunities to score. So anyway, we ended up not counting that game, and is the reason why we ended up at 10-2. But we did play 3 rounds that year. We beat a good Lampasas team in the second round, and then ended up getting knocked out by Port Lavaca in the third round. So,
yes, sir. Okay, good deal. So, and we were talking about that Toloso Midway running back just a few, I guess about 30 minutes ago. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The guy up. That kid's looking good for this year. But
yeah, he's a good back, man. He brings it all to the game. The balance, the shiftiness, the acceleration, the power. He gives you a little bit of everything. I think the first play of the game last year when we played him, he went 70 yards, maybe 60 yards on the first play, and I'm like, shit, man, it's gonna be a long night.
Couldn't get any worse. Can't get any worse if you think about it, I guess.
Right, yeah. We ended up beating them. I believe maybe like on the last play of the game or something like that. It was a good ending there, but yeah, they're definitely going to be a tough beat this year. So
yes, sir. That's good. That's good for Toloso there. So back to you guys. 18-6 the last 2 seasons. We mentioned there your coaching record there, and Alice returning 5 on offense, 5 on defense. You see any shiny new gems as far as like underclassmen that have kind of stood out during workouts, or players we need to kind of look out for? We like to give the players a little shout out.
I'm going to go with our offensive line. We got a lot of those kids coming back. Obviously, those guys never get any love, but this is really going to be a season that we're going to have to lean on them. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but we lost our quarterback. He was a 2-year starter, and we lost him on a move to Flower Bluff. So when you have a kid that starts for you for 2 years, and not only a starter, but the district MVP, all South Texas kids, he was a good one, right?
Yeah.
And we lose him to a move to Flower Bluff. So he's been in our system for the last 2 years. And obviously getting probably 90% of the reps. So when you lose somebody like that, and now you have to fill in that spot with a young kid, you're really going to have to lean on your running game.
Yes, sir.
So for us, it's going to be our offensive line. And as I say that, man, we lost our starting center this summer to an Achilles tear, which man, you never want to see that. And he's going to be a senior. It's a tough pill to swallow. My son tore his ACL his senior year, and it's tough as a dad and as a coach to to have to tell the kid, that you're done.
Yeah.
You waited all your life to play high school football in your senior year, and then you're done. So we lost our starting center, but we've got starting guards: Tyler Rosales, Louis Villarreal, Victor Ariaga, Michael Martin. We've got some. Alice has traditionally had some bigger kids up front, and that's not going to change for us this year. We will be able to replace our center with the sophomore kid that's going to have to step up. Um, but yeah, we're going to lean on our running backs that are both going to be juniors. Royal Gonzalez is one of them that he broke his collarbone early in the year last year, but he's probably our number one football player. As far as just being a football player. So.
Yes, sir.
But it's going to be our offensive line, man, that we're really going to have to lean on. I know that's probably a typical answer from any coach, but
No, they don't usually get any love, like you said. So I mean, it's awesome
yeah,
that you shouting them out there.
yeah. So we're really going to rely on those guys, man, and go back to 1980, 1990 football where you had to pound the rock,
Hell yeah.
which opened it up for some shorter passing game. Right now, we don't have a kid that can throw it vertically down the field. I mean, we do, but it's not like it's you know what I mean. We're
Yeah.
going to have to give him some help as far as our run game is concerned. So, and not a knock on 1980, 1990 football because there's nothing wrong. I think the game of football evolves, and I think eventually we're going to go back to that at some point or time. But the Alice Coyotes are just going to have to go back to it a little bit sooner, just
Yes.
because of personnel issues.
No, I mean, if they
So,
can't stop it, keep doing it. You know what I mean? And you said he's a newer kid coming in, first year starter. So, I mean, I'm sure he's going to want to rely on the run game too, until he
definitely.
gets some confidence
Yeah.
back there.
Definitely, for sure. And obviously we'll have to play good defense. We're at a point I think where we'll be able to two platoon this year, and all of our offensive guys will just play offense, and we'll have defensive guys that just play defense. And there's a lot of pros to that. You get a lot more time with your kids, and you get to work on different things that a lot of times there's some crossover. Imagine yourself playing offense, and then you're having to learn offense, and you have to turn around and play defense. You got to learn defense. Well, in this case, we got kids that are just learning defense, right? And they play defense all year long, and they get real good at it. And we got offensive kids that just play offense, and that's all they do. So we're looking forward to being able to two platoon this year.
Heck yeah. Okay. That's good.
Yeah, Coach. Just a little bit different question, but I know we kind of touched on a little bit about like Alice's love for football. Is the outside perspective is that right? It's kind of always been Alice.
Right.
The fan base and everything. They're like wanting like training camp updates like they do on like
Yeah.
people do for the Cowboys. Like is that
Right.
and as far
Yeah.
as people traveling to go watch y'all's games, all that kind of stuff. As far as what everybody hears
Yeah.
about, is all that pretty much true? As far as that
Yeah,
goes?
they call it the Alice experience, and it's alive and well. And let me give you a couple of reasons it is at our home stadium. The one it's knocked down now, but we have about 3,000 seats on the home side, and those are all reserved seats, and they're all sold out. They're sold out as soon as tickets go on sale. Those things are sold out.
Wow. Love
So
that.
imagine the home side. There is no general admission on the home side. It's all reserved seating, and it's all sold out. So Alice is a pretty special place in that sense, but also on the visitor side, there's two sections that are marked off for Alice as general admission. So
You have to get some
if you go
scalpers
to
outside.
so if you go to an Alice game, not only is the Alice folks on the on the home side, but you're going to see two sections on the visitor side that is for general admission people, and then you got your student section that sits in one end zone, and then you got your band and your strutters, junior ROTC that sits in the other end zone, right? So that within itself is pretty special, and then just everything else, like tonight. Midnight Madness, it'll be packed. There'll be band and cheer. The parents hire a DJ, and you think it's a full-on party out there, but they're there to support their Coyotes. And it's not all about winning. Yeah, they want to win. Don't get me wrong, and the pressure is to win all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they are very supportive, no matter what. You know what I mean? As long as you're working their kids hard and and holding them accountable, make them responsible young men. They got your back. So very supportive community there in Alice that loves their Coyotes year in and year out. So that's what makes it special on Friday nights.
Is the new stadium going to be bigger, like capacity wise?
Yeah, yeah. So the old one held
40
yeah,
billion, 40 million.
old one
Yeah.
held about it held about probably about 5,000 people.
Okay.
The older one, but it had the student section in one end zone and it had the band in the other end zone. This one's going to hold, I believe, around 6,500, which it's going to be about 4,500 now on the home side, which from 3,000 to 4,500. But we're going to be able to put our band on that side, our student section. Everybody will be on one side. I think it kind of brings you in as one, right? Like
Yeah.
when you think about it and you're sitting in the stands, but yet your student section is over there in an end zone and your band is over there in another end zone, you're not as one. And then you have general admission that's on the other side of the other side of the field, then you're not, it's not as one. So we're really going to be able to put everybody on one side now as one, to be able to share those experiences of the crowd, the student section, the band, everybody all together kind of deal. And plus, like at track meets, if you have stands in the end zones, you can't, like track meets, you can't see the first curve, you can't see the second curve. Like there were some problems with that as well. So, but it's going to benefit, not only our football team, but our band and our soccer program, and even our track and field program will be able to benefit from this.
Yeah, I love that, man. That's Texas football, right? I love that you're getting the support from the community like that, and they're investing into the football program. That's great.
That student section
Yeah.
needs to be in the middle because they're the loudest.
Yeah, true.
The general admission, mostly
Yes.
parents, right?
Yeah,
Not very loud. Need the student section.
Yeah, no, those are normally guys that just they're fans, but they don't get as loud. I think part of that is because they're sitting by the opponent's fans. You know what I mean? Like we have to have we have security on that side because you have Alice people sitting next to like Cal Allen people, right, on those games,
Yeah.
which that could be very problematic at times. But they've made it work. So anyway, the new stadium will fix all that's going to be fixed. And that stadium was 77 years old,
Yeah.
and Alice being the hub city, I'm talking guys, we host tons of volleyball playoff games, tons of basketball playoff games. Like we have to turn people away because the Valley and San Antonio, the Valley, Corpus Christi, the Alice is, pretty neutral for those. So we host a lot of those games, but when it comes to football, you would think we would host the same amount, but we don't because of the stadium. It's 77 years old, so you can just imagine the condition that it was in. There was a lot of problems with the stadium that didn't allow for hosting playoff games. But next year, it definitely will be.
Yes, sir.
We going to turf field?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it will be a turf field. Again, it'll have a field house on one end of it with dressing rooms over there. Just a real kind of like a double decker type look on the home side. Just ADA compliance, parking, lighting, just the whole thing that you're seeing with all these new stadiums, and they deserve it. Like I said, it's been 77 years since they've done anything. So the community of Alice definitely deserves it, and it's definitely going to bring in a lot of extra revenue that from playoff games, maybe band marching contests there, playoff soccer games, track meets, area track meets, possibly regional track meets, things of that nature that they're going to be able to benefit from the new stadium.
Yeah. I don't know why it is. George West just will not go turf. I don't know what it is, man.
Love the grass. Love the grass.
And Alice has been that way,
Yeah.
Alice has
Yeah.
traditionally been that way. One of their big banners there is the best of the best grass in the state, and our maintenance guys or our grounds crew, man, they have done a tremendous job with upkeeping the grounds, not only at the football field, but our baseball, softballs,
Yeah.
our fields are grass as well, and our soccer fields are grass. So, but those guys, it's 3 or 4 of those guys having to up with that all year long. So nobody's happier about the turf than those guys.
Yeah,
You know?
a little
So,
vacation for him, you know.
yes, they'll be the first to tell you, man, that they are going to be relieved big time, and it's expensive for the upkeep. People don't realize
Hmm.
how expensive it is to upkeep a natural grass field.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're excited about it. It's going to be um, possibly May of 26, which would be open for ready for graduation. That's going to be the date that we're shooting for. We will play all of our games this year on the road. Three of our home games will be in San Diego, which San Diego is about 10 minutes from Alice, so we're using that kind of as a home site. But the rest of them we're going to be road dogs.
Oh wow.
So
That's gonna be
yeah,
tough, man. But you need to talk him into
yeah,
the next year. You need to have all home games, just to kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
even it
So
out.
so
So
it kind of equals out,
The
right?
new
yeah, no,
district and everything.
yeah,
Yes, yeah. So a lot of people don't realize, these home games, man, they bring in a lot of revenue. Like
yeah.
we have a athletic booster club that runs a concession. We have our band booster that runs one. Our junior class is running one on the visitor side. But the revenue that they bring in, or the money they bring in for our home games, is exponential, and it means a lot to them because they use it for different events throughout the year. But without a stadium this year, we're going to have to be real creative with how they're fundraising and making monies on that end. So
Yes, sir. Okay.
yeah,
Coach, as far as I know, you kind of touched on a little bit. Your offensive system's going to switch a little bit more to ground and pound. Are you still calling the defense, or I know you were the defensive coordinator at Beeville, and then I guess at
right.
Taft you were calling it. Are you still calling the defense?
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends on how many points we give up that game.
So who's calling it?
So if it's over like 30, then I didn't call it. If it was under 20, then I did. No,
Yeah.
no,
Delegate it out to
honestly,
everybody.
yeah, no. I still do, Coach. I really with the 5A, and that's probably you asked earlier about 5A to 3A.
Hmm.
That's probably one of the bigger things too that I'm realizing. Like I need there's more AD duties, more athletic director duties at these 5A schools, to where you have to hire good coordinators, a good offensive coordinator, good defense coordinator, and entrust in them into their system. And that's what we're trying to do right now. I hired, Cameron Cox is with us, or has been with me for just going on 3 years. And I hired Jared Taylor, who was the head coach at Ozona, from West Texas. So, I'm hoping to turn over the reins to him, to
Hmm.
where I can more manage the game, more than anything, because again, just the time management throughout the whole week, not Friday night, but from Monday through Friday, the athletic director duties. Now, again, I'm the head football coach, so we got to find time to get all that stuff in. But at the same time, I'm almost at a point where I want to turn those duties over. But to answer your question, yeah, I still call it. But I've had some good coordinators that do kind of all the dirty work, right?
Hmm.
The defense coordinators have done the dirty work as far as film prep and cards and prepping for practices and things of that nature, to kind of help myself out. So
God, Dustin, you called him out, dude. He could have blamed a bad game on somebody else. Had to.
Well, he said that's the system he uses anyway,
Yeah,
right?
no, I'm just messing around.
um,
yeah,
you still running kind of the same system you were when we coached together in Beeville at 4-2-5, or is it kind of you mix it up more?
Don't give too much away, though.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, as I think good coaches uh, will cater to the needs of their kids and their personnel each year in and year out. Every year is a little bit different. I try to hang my hat on being a 4-2-5 guy, but we do run some odd stuff as well. And again, it's all based off of personnel and what we have coming up through the ranks. But yeah, we will primarily be a 4-man front defensive team. But you may see a little bit different things from us this year because of the personnel that we have. And I'm talking more about, linemen, kids that can play defensive tackle, defensive end. If you don't have a whole lot of that, well, you need to do something different. In Alice, we got a bunch of 5'10", 185-pound kids. We got a lot of those. We don't have a bunch of 6'3", 260-pound kids. We got a few of them, but don't have a lot of them, right?
Yeah.
Those are more of our offensive linemen. So, and like I said, we're trying to two platoon where I'm trying to keep those bigger guys over there to pound the rock and run the ball and keep the ball away from their offense so our defense can stay on the sideline. So all that plays into what kind of system that you're running defensively. But we will hang our hat on 4-2-5, but we will adjust year in and year out based off of the personnel that we got coming up.
Okay. So week one, I know I was looking at the schedule. Who's week one again?
Carroll.
Carroll?
Carroll.
Yeah, Carroll.
Okay, and y'all beat them last year. Is that correct?
Yes.
We did, but I don't know how we did. I mean, when we go out,
thought it was a
I'm a
beatdown.
big firm believer on the eye test.
Mhm.
And I swear everybody always looks better than us. And I'm just talking just eye test. You walk out on the field, you're prepping and you're looking at them warm up and you're like, man, I don't think our kids look like that, right? They don't run like that. They don't cut like that. They're not that tall. So when I watched Carroll warm up, I'm like, Coach, man, it's going to be a long night, man. We better
Oh,
let's
man, come on.
slow it down a little bit. Let's keep their offense off the sideline. Let's do all that good stuff, right, to kind of control the game. But yeah, fortunately, we came out with the win, and our kids respond. Don't get me wrong, and our kids, because I think when you see your kids every day, they don't look as good as some other kids that you only see once or twice, right? And
Yeah.
coaches tell me the same. It's like, man, your kids look good, and I'm like, really? To me, they just look normal, right? But it's when you don't see them every single day, you think they look a lot better than yours, but yeah, but they're going to be tough. Carroll, we beat Carroll, but then they ended up going on a little run, and they got just a little bit better each week. They beat Cal Allen somewhere in there. They made it to the playoffs. They played Bernie tough in the first round of the playoffs, and they got a lot coming back. So it's going to be a good test for us. It's going to be a tough game for us. So, but we're looking forward to it.
I think you're being a little too humble there, Coach. You're a two-time district champ, so I mean, it was expected, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but some of that is, how that is, man. It's you got to be a little lucky or a lot lucky.
Mhm.
You got to have great assistant coaches and obviously good kids to make you look good. I've always said the reason I've been in the positions I am, like even at Taft or here in Alice, is because of the athletes that I've been able to coach, whether it was in Refugio or Sitton or Lamarck or Cal Allen or Beeville. Those are the guys that get you these jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We played 44 games in 3 years in Sitton, but we had some stud muffins there, and those are the reasons why you get good jobs. Now it's just a matter for me is being able to manage everything else and put everything together. But it's because of the kids and the athletes and good assistant coaches that myself, are able to land good jobs.
Heck yeah. Okay. We saw you, like you said, you mentioned the district that you're in with, Mission Sharyland, Mission Betts, Roma, Sharyland, Pioneer. Is there? It's the same people you played last year. Is there a particular game you got circled that you kind of, got on your
Dude,
calendar that you're ready?
I'm gonna tell you they're all circled
Really?
because those guys are good. I don't know, the knock on South football back in the day used to be that, we want to go South and play those guys because, we can, we're better than them. But that's not the point. That's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
Those guys are good. They're well coached. They got good athletes, good skill kids at every level. So it's going to be tough week in and week out for us. Yeah, we got thrown down South, and I'm sure we're picked to win the district. I don't know who does that crap, but I don't see how we are picked to win the district. But it's going to be tough week in and week out for us. We got Pioneer coming to San Diego, which is what we're calling our home this year, on a Thursday. That's our district opener. They've got some kids again that move different than ours, that run different than ours. Sharyland High has a quarterback that, man, I think he's Johnny Manziel's little brother. That's how he plays. That's how he plays the game. And I don't know how the hell we stopped them last year. Mission Vets is just they're physical. They play 1980, 1990 football on both sides of the offense and defense. So and Roma slot T, and you never know what you're going to get with slot T football.
Yeah.
So we got our hands full, man, and
we
our
know.
kids and our coaches know it. But that's why we schedule, Cal Allen and GP and Carroll and TM. That's why we schedule those games, because I could easily go and schedule some Rudy Poos and be 5-0 and thinking that we're good going into district and turn into one of those teams that you can't even get in the playoffs and you start the year 5-0. So but that's why we do that, is to make sure that we're ready for a strong district play.
Yeah, not afraid of challenges. I love that, man.
That was part
Awesome.
of my question. Do you find having a small district is like better, or comes at an advantage or disadvantage when you have 4 teams to play and you can schedule 6?
Right. Yeah. I think the ability to not have your A game one week, the lesser games that you have to bring it every week. There is no room for mediocre. So I think with that, having a smaller district, man, it makes you prep even more week in and week out, because there's only 4 games, and it's your playoff hopes are reliant on those 4 games, as compared to 6 games or even 5 games or
9
7
games or
games
8 games,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
We were talking
So,
about
but again, everything we do will be for district play, and our number one goal is to try to find a quarterback one, because right now we've had a quarterback competition since I told you, we lost our returning guy. We've had a quarterback competition in the spring, but that's quarterback competition in the spring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's nothing there. They both look good right now, and even the summertime they both look good. But we need to get them some game time reps and competition to really be able to separate the two. But
Yeah.
so yeah.
That's a good problem to have, though, if they're both looking good right now going into the season. So,
Well, let me rephrase that. They're both looking good to what we have available.
oh,
So, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's not like, and again, they both know that they're going to have to step up their game.
Mm.
One of the kids was our JV quarterback last year and broke his wrist the second game of the year.
Wow.
So he sat out.
Yeah.
He sat out the whole year. He didn't get any reps, really.
Okay.
He's coming in. He'll be a junior, but he's really coming in as a sophomore, right? The other kid was our backup to this kid that I was talking about that's been there for the last 2 years.
Yes, sir.
So he sat behind him for the last 2 years and got 10% of the reps. So, but they're both looking good to what we have available, I should say.
What's their names?
find out tonight.
We have Gilbert Trevino is gonna be a senior for us, and JT. Damn, what is JT's last name? I'm not sure. I've been calling him JT. I call him JT. So JT is what do I call him? So he's
Okay.
he's our junior. JT is probably the more athletic one, but doesn't throw the ball as well.
Mhm.
Gilbert reminds me more of Tom Brady coming out of college, where
Ooh.
he can throw the ball pretty efficient, but is not going to beat you with his legs at all, right?
Yes, sir.
Like, he's not that athlete, but he can sit in the pocket and throw the football pretty good. So Gilbert's probably winning that right now, but again, we hadn't faced any opponent that's really coming after them
Yeah.
on a play-to-play basis. So we'll figure it out. And but again, like I said, our running back, our running game is really, we're going to have to lean on that to really help those guys out tremendously.
Okay. Well, Gilbert and JT, if y'all hear this, coach is challenging y'all. Step up. Step up. Now, see why you mentioned the offensive line is real important
Yeah.
this year. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
but hopefully, yeah, one of them steps up to the plate. Get you that third district championship. So,
Mm-hmm.
I know you don't have much time, coach, but I just wanted to ask you, how are you liking Alice? Is your family adapting well too? Has everything gone good? You mentioned the community is giving you great support. So, I mean, as far as the school goes, everything's looking good there.
Yeah, everything's good. I live in Refugio still,
Okay.
which is an hour and 15-minute drive from Alice. When I took the job in Alice, we had all intentions to move there, myself and my wife. She ended up getting a promotion here locally, and it's an elected position, so she cannot move out of the county.
Oh,
So I had to continue to commute. So, I commute an hour and 15 minutes one way, 2.5 hours each day. Now during football season, I'll rest my head there at a couple of coaches' houses or things like that. But other than that, it's been great.
Awesome.
Very supportive school board, a great leader in our superintendent. And she's one of the best that I've seen, and does a great job of just leading the whole district, and really holding directors accountable, which trickles down to all of our teachers and coaches. A very supportive community, parents, local businesses, very supportive of their coyotes. So yeah, it's been all in all, the Alice experience has been everything that I've heard about, and everything that I've kind of expected. It's really been good.
That's great, man. That's great. And
Yeah.
the way you mention it, how the community shows up and how all the season tickets are just sold
Yeah.
out. Having all that support. I imagine when you guys do end up, moving down there, it's going to be everything you expect there.
Yeah.
So it's looking exciting for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to. We like to tell the coaches we like to show up to at least one game to go support you guys for as a thank you for coming on the show. I understand y'all are playing in San Diego, but we'll touch base with you whenever we can do that.
Right.
I don't want to keep you till you guys got any other questions.
I'm good.
Yeah, good.
I'm good.
Awesome.
Okay, coach. But yeah, thanks for coming on, man. It still hurts though that beating y'all gave us in Refugio against Refugio and when we were at Georgia West. But hey,
Which one?
get him out of here! Get him out of here! Which one? Hey, there was a couple years it was kind of close.
The only guy, Sean Alvarez, which I'm sure y'all know Sean Alvarez.
Yeah, we just had him on last week.
He'll bring up the one time, which the one time I guess George West beat Refugio, which I think he played on that team.
Yeah,
I still don't even know if that's true or not, but
it
because
is.
I heard they played some ineligible players.
I thought it was a tie or something like that.
No, I'm just kidding about that. But no, there's been some great rivals. George West has a great program, very blue collar community with some great kids, great coaches that have been through that program as well. And Refugio's the same way, but been some tough, rough rivalries throughout the years. I'm sure George West, Three Rivers, the same way there. So, and it's all good, right? It's all fun and games, and it gives you things to talk about as you get older.
Well, we're just glad y'all aren't in our district anymore. Guess you could say that.
Right. Yes. Exactly. So.
No.
But nonetheless, man, I appreciate you guys having me on. Let me know when y'all are coming down. We'll make arrangements for you guys. Make sure you tell your stepdad hello for me.
I sure will.
We had some good times there in Stephenville.
Can we get
one
story?
He was my ride.
One story.
He was my ride up there to Stephenville. Believe it or not, we would meet. My mom would drive me from Refugio to. I guess that 37 cutoff there, or George West, or somewhere over there, and he would meet us there, and then we would drive over to Stephenville.
Yeah.
So he had that little red car. I don't know if you may not even been around then, but he had a little red car that he drove like a bat out of hell all the time. But anyway, those were good times, man. Those were good times.
I was about to say I was surprised he had a license at that point, but that's another story for another day.
Yes, for sure, definitely.
But yeah,
so tell him I said hello.
I sure will. Thanks for coming on again, Coach. I'm excited about this new stadium. All the points you hit on with it, and
yes.
You guys are 30 minutes south of us. I have never been able to make it to Alice game, and with the support, and it kind of got me going there. I'm excited to go check it out down there. And what did you say they call it? Hub City?
Hub City, man. Alice was the hub city, I guess, because it's centrally located amongst San Antonio, Corpus, the Valley. Mm-hmm. So they call that the hub, kind of like in the middle. So that's what they're kind of known for, as a hub city. But again, we hosted tons of playoff games, man, there and every year. But with the new stadium, we're going to have to turn people away from football there because I'm already getting. We're trying to work on schedules now for realignment, and everybody's calling. They want to play, right? They want to play in the new stadium. You know what I mean? But I have to be a little careful too of who I invite over there as well. You know, so
Yeah,
we
make
want to
sure.
we want to win games at our new stadium. You know what I mean? I don't want to invite people that are going to embarrass us over there. So
Don't pull a Jerry Jones that first year at Dallas Stadium first open.
yeah,
Everybody knows how that goes. I
exactly.
know you try to forget that, Dustin. I didn't forget it.
Okay.
But anyway, Coach, we'll let you go. I know we understand you got Midnight Madness
Yeah,
tonight. Good luck there. Hope
yes,
everything
sir.
goes well this year. We will touch base with you whenever we can meet up with you to go to a game. I usually make videos and stuff, kind of post them and everything, just to kind of make fun out of it and get a little recognition for the
Yeah,
kids. So, but we
for
appreciate
sure.
it, Coach
Yep,
Jr. Castellano, Alice
yep.
Coyotes.
All right, thank you guys.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Thanks. Okay, what an interview. Give it up. Give it up for Coach one more time. Awesome guy. Awesome guy, man. Like we were saying earlier, kind of off air, seems like he challenges those kids.
Mm-hmm.
He was staying really humble. The part about I don't know how he won that game, this and that, talking about how great the district is, and two-time district champion, man. Went from a 3A, which is TAP 3A or 2A?
At the time, I think when he got the job 2A, and then I think they moved up to 3A. One
Yeah.
or the other. It was one of the other. Something.
Well, either way,
3A.
2A to 5A. That's a big jump, and to have success that fast,
Yeah.
in that area, in the 5A district there, that's awesome. I like how he is scheduling, those Corpus Christi schools to play to kind of challenge them before they start their district. So, I mean, I don't think it's any secret. Those schools are probably a little bit better than what they play in their district, as you would
Yeah.
say, probably.
GP and Sinton are definitely better.
Yeah.
Cal Allen. Yeah.
But yeah,
Little
going to be
smaller
exciting.
schools, some of them are 4A.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, some of the
like power 4A.
Mm-hmm.
the whole fan experience that he talked about the tickets all being sold out as far as fans go. That new stadium, I think, is going to be rocking. And I mean, that's 30 minutes from my hometown, so I'm excited to go check out one of their games. To be honest,
Follow our website because we will be selling those tickets because we're gonna
Yeah.
buy them all.
so I told him they're gonna be scalper outside to get the people in for general admission. So this stadium, $40 million stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is support from your community right there. That's badass support.
They already have an indoor too. I mean, like I think a full 100-yard indoor.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean,
that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. I mean, not to be disrespectful, but I didn't know Alice was that into, their football program. Being that, I mean, you don't really hear much out of Alice as far as going deep in the playoffs or anything. But I think they got the guy to do it. Returning 5 starters on offense and defense. He said they're not too big, but kids play hard. Going to be interesting to see that whole quarterback situation, how that shakes out. So, and he's challenging those kids. He's challenging them. He didn't want to put their names out there, but I had to ask him about that. Anyway, what do we got? We got trade deadline for the MLB is coming up. Thanks again to Coach J.R. Castellano.
Done. I heard.
Huh?
It was done.
What was done?
Trade deadline.
The MLB trade deadline.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah. What do we have in it with it?
Oh.
You said it was coming up, but hey,
Oh.
it ended this week. So.
Well, Dustin's theory on it's coming up.
Yeah.
So, the Astros. Being an Astros fan, it was really fun. I mean, we're not normally this aggressive at the trade deadline. Carlos Correa's making his return.
Cheaters.
Making his return to Houston. We're not having to pay him very much. We're going to pay him about $23 million a year.
What?
Yep. The Twins picked up a decent amount of the tab as far as the rest of his contract goes. So as opposed to like he's playing third base, if we were to kept Alex Bregman, we're going to pay him $40 million a year.
Oh,
So it's a pretty good, deal with that. Him being, playoff experience, as injured as our team has been, it's been nice. We don't have to play minor leaguers now. The second half of the season, hopefully, if people quit getting hurt. But we acquired him and a right fielder, which is going to be an upgrade from the Marlins, a younger guy. I forgot his name on here. But some other big winners, the Mariners were really aggressive.
They were.
They were very good. They got Eugenio Suarez, third baseman from the Diamondbacks. That's a heck of a player. He's on pace for 54 home runs right now. They also got a starting pitcher. Who's the starting pitcher? Lock there, or Suarez. But anyway, basically they were super aggressive as well, and tried to upgrade their team. I think they feel like they're on the cusp. They're only 3.5 back of us. I think they're finally trying to make a push to all right, we got to do something to get past the Astros.
Okay.
But Mariners were really aggressive. The Twins were aggressive in the opposite direction,
Selling. Yeah.
selling like crazy. I mean, they were huge sellers.
Do you call that aggressive?
When's
or-
the last time
Aggressive
the
sellers?
The Twins were great. Like actually went on a little playoff run, a round or two, won a playoff game.
Oof.
Since Little Big League,
Joe
movie?
Mauer?
Since Little Big League.
Joe Mauer?
Joe Mauer, they didn't trade for him, did they?
I don't. Or
I think he retired there.
whenever they were good.
Yeah, but I don't remember the time where they went on a trade on a run or anything.
Fire sale or
No, like on a run to the playoffs.
when Joe Mauer was there, probably back in the day.
Yeah, but I'm talking like maybe to the conference championship or the World Series. I don't think they ever went that far.
They've won it all, haven't they?
I don't.
Not recently.
see.
Oh no, I'm talking like in the night.
Oh yeah, like
with
probably,
Kirby Puckett.
I think in the '80s. Yeah, I think it was
Isn't it
like the
Kirby
late
Puckett
'80s.
and them right now.
Yeah, sounds
Kirby
familiar.
Puckett, yeah.
When people were still named Kirby Puckett. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how long ago it
I
was.
always remember him too from that joke. They're like, what Chris Rock said is like, the only black person in Minnesota is Kirby Puckett. But anyway, it was just a funny old joke. But
Back in 1991 against my Atlanta Braves,
They won it. 1991. Okay.
and then '87.
Kirby Puckett MVP.
Probably so. Actually,
I can't think of anybody else.
yeah. Apparently their team is in big financial trouble. They're like $500 million in debt.
That's
Somehow.
what you get for letting a teenager run the team.
there you go. What's that movie?
Little Big League.
Little big, yeah.
Yeah. The Brewers did pick up a couple people on the trade deadline. They sent Nestor Cortez, one of their starting pitchers, former Yankee pitcher, to San Diego in exchange for outfielder Brandon Lockridge from the Padres. And they also grabbed Shelby Miller, a reliever. He's a decent pitcher, actually, from the Diamondbacks, just for cash, apparently. They got a prospect out of them. No, they sent Nestor Cortez and a prospect, to San Diego.
yeah.
Yep. So made a couple moves. Doesn't seem like they made big ones. Best team in the league now, but I'm telling you, they will choke in the playoffs. If they don't get the first round bye, they will lose in that first round game. They have a 67-44 record, I believe, which a couple
record
games ahead of
everybody else.
yeah. So they're looking good right now, but I'm not gonna believe the hype until I see a playoff win. It's been so long. So I feel like they could have made more moves. I don't think they're strapped for cash or anything, but that's the Brewer way. They're more of a draft and develop type team. They do trade away a lot of prospects that you see now are successful with other teams. So is this the year? Maybe?
When was the last time
Their
they won?
odds to win the World Series at the beginning of the year was plus 4,200. Wish I would have taken that. It's probably like at a plus 1,000 now or plus 800, somewhere around there. So
Who's the team you wouldn't want to see in the first round?
as
Or the
far as
second
like
round.
Anyone?
I wouldn't want to see anybody from the NL Central because you play all of them
Cubs.
so many times during the season. I wouldn't want to see any of them. The Reds and the Cardinals are within playoff reach. I think the Pirates are out.
Yeah, the Pirates
As far
are
as that
toast.
goes. And then I wouldn't want to see the Giants. The Giants are a team I wouldn't want to see. I think they're a dangerous team also. As far as the other division, I can't.
Yeah.
Just those mainly. Yeah, just teams. The thing is we're gonna see a team nobody wants to see is that team who gets hot at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Makes it to the playoffs. Nobody's gonna want to see that team. So they may be the worst wild card team going into the playoffs, but they're actually the best team in the majors in the last 20 days of the season. So that's happens a lot, believe it or not. So
Plus 1,700 right now.
plus 17. Okay, see they even know the Brewers choke. So there you go.
Astros plus 1,400.
Okay.
Dodgers plus 240.
Still?
Yep.
After that slide that
Yep.
they've been on? Holy shit.
Well, they're just so talented, man. I mean,
Yeah. Next closest, Phillies at plus 800.
Yeah. Well, I got a ticket here that's the Dodgers to win the World Series, which I guess that makes me feel a little bit better. They are plus 250 on this ticket. So they've only dropped, fucking what?
They've
Plus
got
300?
they've gotten better
Yeah.
after a 15-game slide.
No, as far as odds, no, they've gotten worse. They were plus 250, now they're plus 300. So
No, plus 240.
that's what they are now?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said they're plus 300. They've gotten
Yeah, better.
Yeah, that's good, I guess. They've gotten what is that, 5% better?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on that trade deadline shit?
Yeah. So apparently, too, some of the other teams are aggressive. Phillies picked up Johan Duran. He's a hell of a closer from the Diamondbacks. Averages 100.2 miles per hour on his four-seam fastball.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I saw real quick. Sorry to
Go ahead.
interrupt you,
No, you're
but
good.
I saw Charlie Morton was traded to the Tigers.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh, damn
picked
it.
up by the Tigers.
Yep.
He's actually starting tonight against the Phillies. I bet for the Phillies to win, but
Well,
Why'd
it
you do that?
happens.
Charlie Morton? Really?
bet against Charlie Morton. Yes, I did.
And the Padres went all in on this season. Apparently, they gave up like
Sports line, baby.
their number like 1, 3, and 5 prospects. Like they just dumped all their best
The
prospects.
Padres?
Yes,
They're
like,
gonna make it to the playoffs. They're the number one wild card team right now.
I know, but I'm like people were like apparently people don't just give up like their number 1, 3, and 5 prospects. Like
For who? Who did they pick up for those 1, 3, and 5 prospects?
So, yeah, it said trade away one of the 3 best prospects in baseball for Mason Miller and J.P. Sears, which is apparently some hellacious started pitching from the A's.
Okay. That's the A's right there. The
Mm-hmm.
A's are basically a farm team, just waiting to get picked off by everybody else.
You know where they learned that from? The Braves. Because we picked up all of their fucking prospects when we traded for call. For call.
Jesus,
We traded
man.
we trade all of our best players to the Padres.
Yeah, like the A's and the A's in the American League and the Pirates in the National League are basically farm teams for everybody else in the league. They can't afford to pay these guys what they're worth. I remember the Pirates traded away Xavier Nady, who was a badass player back in the day. Like I thought he would end up staying with the Pirates forever. I still remember that guy when I would watch him. And then the Athletics, what's his name? Matt Olson.
Oh yeah,
Matt Olson played for the Athletics. Traded him to the
Braves.
Yeah, and there's countless names. I can't think of right. I don't really watch baseball really until the playoffs, which I'll sit there and watch a whole baseball game in the playoffs. But nothing is really changing as far as that goes. Maybe when they move to Vegas, things will change. Maybe a little bit of money, a little more cash flow will
I'm
come
kind of
in.
wondering like if this owner, whoever the owner is, it's the guy that his parents started Gap. But anyway, if he's like kind
That's
of
still a thing?
Gap, yeah.
yeah. So I think maybe he's like trying to gear the team up to be like really good when they get to Vegas. And I could see him being like, I'm just gonna sell the team. Like have like maybe one good year before they get to Vegas and sell the team because he doesn't seem that interested in winning that much. Just sell the team and then just like, all right, now they're freaking taking off.
Yeah.
You know,
I
once they're in
can't remember his
Vegas.
name. His name is Scott something.
Yeah,
Scott.
yeah.
It's Scott something.
It's very rare nowadays to see front offices say it, trade a top 50 or even a top 100 prospect shipped out, and they got the number 3 prospect in all of baseball.
Yeah.
The A's did. I mean, so it's like
Give it a couple years, he'll be gone too. Though.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
Yeah, that's.
I just don't think you can do that moving to Vegas. Like how the MLB might force that guy to sell the team if they're gonna go into like Vegas and just stink it up. You know, like
I mean, that's what the Raiders have been doing the past few years. So.
Isn't there a salary
But
cap?
they're not attempting to do that.
Yeah, no, I know.
Isn't there a salary cap like minimum too? Right?
I think they
Or-
might have. Yeah, I think you might be right. Like a payroll minimum now. That's not much, but I think there is a little bit of a payroll minimum.
It's kind of like Major League. Whenever they just want to throw everything away, sign all these no names.
Hey, believe it or not, though, like sometimes the A's, like every
every-
5 or 6 years, they'll go on a little run in the playoffs, and they'll pick up. They picked up John Lester one year to go into the playoffs. Of course, they lost in the playoffs, but go into the playoffs as the hottest team, but still
Ever since Moneyball.
drop it. Yeah, well, I remember that year, the Moneyball year, when the A's won like 20 in a row, and then I think they made it to the second round.
Yep.
And then lost to the Royals, I believe it was, or maybe I don't remember. It was so long ago. But no, I don't see nothing changing as far as the move to Vegas or anything. So, what you said is Gap's still a thing. It is.
It is.
Believe it or not.
Was
That just reminded me of all the stores that aren't a thing anymore when we were kids. Like
Yeah.
Toys R Us is gone, Kmart's gone, Foley's is gone.
Yeah.
You know, those stores in the mall and stuff.
Foley's?
Yeah, you remember Foley's?
Yeah, I do.
Red Apple sale, the whole commercial.
Yeah, I remember.
Is JC Penney still a thing?
Yeah, it's still a thing.
Bell's. That's all I remember.
Bell's, I think, is maybe
They
going
don't.
out of business.
Probably pretty close.
Yeah. I remember Alco went out of business Oh, we had one there in George West. Company went bankrupt. So Amazon's killing all these companies. Crazy. Anything else we got? Seth Rollins stealing CM Punk's moment. I think that was punishment for CM Punk because he did the whole pipe bomb thing. They let him back in. Maybe not ready to give him a title reign, but he was the champion for what, 2 minutes?
5 minutes, I
5
believe.
minutes. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people saw that coming because Seth Rollins was faking that knee injury.
Was it fake?
Okay.
That's what I wanted to ask. Was it fake?
The injury happened about a month ago. He jumped over the ropes and he played it perfectly. Like he made his knee buckle, and we hadn't seen him since. But he had the Money in the Bank case. But if he didn't hurt his knee and that was the plan a month out, that's genius. That's great writing.
As a football watcher, non-contact injury. That was a non-contact injury.
Yeah, it looked like his knee buckled, like you see it on the football
How can
field.
you fake that?
I don't know, but what a great storyline that was. They called it the heist part 2 because apparently he had done this before. He did it to Roman Reigns back in the day. So
He was kind of limping still yesterday. Kind of.
maybe he might. I don't think he tore an ACL. He probably maybe a PCL or
Meniscus,
MCL. Yeah, meniscus, something like that. But
Well, he didn't have to really do much either. So
yeah, no, just beat him with the case and all that.
So it could be real still.
Yeah. Jelly Roll jumped in the ring last night. He looked great. Lost 150 pounds, I think is what they said. Lost 150 pounds to wrestle against Logan Paul. He did lose, though, correct?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Well, you can't really go nowhere with that storyline if he wins. You know what I'm saying? Like, after he wins, you can't keep him in WWE.
There's no belts involved, so.
No, you're right, but, like, I think it was a one-time thing. Like, hey, make my dream come true, but you can't sell that to the fans, is what I'm saying.
Randy Orton would have been the most titled guy in history.
Yeah.
One of the most titles. So that's kind of.
Yeah, but it's been a great WrestleMania. I didn't really watch all of it, but I read a lot about it. Night 2 tonight, you got Cody Rhodes and John Cena. I don't know who's going to win this one.
It's
I really don't know.
SummerSlam.
Yeah. A lot of people think John Cena wants to walk away, but maybe it's not time yet. Maybe he wants to stay the rest of the year. They wanted to give him that 18th title, or is it 17?
He's already got it.
Well, I know, but I know that, but wasn't the record 17? So this was the 18th one.
He's got 18. Yeah.
Okay.
He's got the record.
Yeah, it works out for him. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Cody Rhodes wins it. Because if Cody Rhodes doesn't win it, he's gonna have to win the Royal Rumble to get the title back. It's just gonna be too big of a thing. Maybe too much work for him.
Do you know anyone that we're talking about right now?
No.
No,
I've heard of Cody Rhodes and John Cena. That's it.
You know these guys.
wrestling's
fighting right
not fake.
Do I know who these people are?
Yeah.
No.
That's Solo
now? And Fatu.
and Jacob.
Never heard of them.
You ever,
Yeah,
you ever
they're
been in a steel cage match ever?
Have I ever seen a steel cage match?
Been in one.
No.
James,
they're all cousins to The Rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
they're all ooses.
So do you think that's kind of like a nepotism? Like if you're related to The Rock, like you automatically get into the WWE because his daughter is training to be a wrestler right now. How long do you think it'll be before she gets a chance?
A couple years.
Yeah, well,
How old is she?
it just depends on how good she. Nothing's handed to you in wrestling unless you're Logan Paul worth millions of dollars and have that many fans. Which that was a great move by the way, because this guy's actually good. Logan Paul's actually good
he's
at wrestling.
good.
Yeah, very athletic. Picked it up fast. Still hated on by a lot of people because he didn't pay his dues. But hey, maybe he's just that much better than y'all were. So
I don't know if you saw the clip. Him jumping off the top rope
yeah,
on Jelly Roll.
On a
Dude,
Jelly
he
Roll?
got high.
I know.
He was up there.
like I said, and he's putting his body at risk too. So not selling anything short. But do we have any other big stories coming out over the weekend? Anything that's worth mentioning? Oh, Hall of Fame game. Football's back.
Football is back.
Football is back. We'll end on this. Hall of Fame game came out. Scotch Chargers took down the Detroit Lions, which I love so much. I love to see Detroit getting beat down. Lost their offensive coordinator. Lost their defensive coordinator. Jim Harbaugh comes in there. Trey Lance, by the way.
Yeah. Y'all
Looked
made a
great.
mistake, Dustin. Let him go.
Oh, God.
I think he was like 14 for 16 for 2 touchdowns, like maybe high 100s in yards, or was he over 200 yards? Because he played the whole first half.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Omarion Hampton looked pretty decent, but you can tell that the NFL is a lot different from college because that that defensive end or strong safety, whatever it was, just
Ate him up.
just traced him down trying to turn the corner. It was a welcome to the NFL kind of moment for him. It is preseason; it doesn't count, but I'm still excited for preseason to start next week. It's gonna be exciting, man. Like every year when football comes around, I'm more and more excited.
Dude,
So
once it hits like 70 degrees,
yeah,
60 degrees, oof.
football weather.
There we go.
We get Hard Knocks this week.
Is it?
Yep.
Bills.
Hard knocks with the Buffalo Bills. Chargers win 34-7. What is Dan Campbell gonna do about losing his coordinator? It is the preseason though, but I hope they suck it up the
Me
rest of
too.
the fucking year.
I'm sure you do.
I'm going to take their unders now after that first preseason game.
Yeah. Well, that's all I got. You guys follow us, subscribe, like the interview. Hopefully, a lot of you people from Alice check out the interview. If you can just hit that follow button. We're also on Apple Podcast.
Spotify.
I may post this on Spotify. Yeah, I didn't get to post the last one on Spotify, but I will. Give us a little support, Just help us out a little bit.
A little bit of love.
Yeah, the support you give those Alice Coyotes, the stuff he was saying about how football is so important over there, we really want to check that out. But that's all I got. You guys got anything else?
I'm good, man.
You good? Cody Rhodes. Gonna win tonight.
Is he?
Take him. Gamble on it if you can.
Plus 300.
Yeah, gambling's coming around. Are you more excited about gambling or more excited about football?
Football.
Both.
Well, yeah.
Football. Gambling's illegal. What is wrong with you, Dustin? You can't gamble in Texas.
It comes hand in hand.
Yeah, it does. Okay, we'll see you guys next week. We're gonna schedule a coach for next week. We got a big announcement
Surprises.
as far as the following week that we're pretty excited about. But we'll get that to you guys later, and we are out of here.